It's Jay, the Snazzy Diva. Welcome to my world. From health and fitness, tackling my issues and yours, and of course, accessorizing with the flyest fashion jewelry around from snazzydiva.com. Here, everyone is beautiful beyond measure. Welcome to the world of Snazzy Diva. Back with a long overdue video. I'm trying to think. The last time I talked to you guys, I was talking about resetting my pouch, and that was like in November, and it's January 5th of 2017. Happy New Year. So clearly it's been a little while, and of course I had planned on coming back on and giving you my updates and all that stuff before then, but this thing called life is real. So let's get into it. So I think the last time we talked, or we didn't talk because I hadn't met all y'all, but the last time I did a video, I talked about I had just discovered that you can reset your pouch, which I had never heard of and no one had ever told me about, and I felt like it was something that I could probably benefit from. So I wanted to look into it or do it or whatever, but I didn't know exactly how it had to be done, because I'd read in different articles and watched different YouTube videos about resetting your pouch and what that looks like and blah 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 blah. And so I decided to basically follow the reset that goes back to stage 1, and I did it for 10 days. Let me just say, yeah, that sucked, because you go so long in this process of being able to add foods and blah blah blah, and to go back to stage 1, and if you haven't had the surgery, stage 1 is very, very limited. It's soft foods, it's like soups, maybe some scrambled eggs if you can stomach it, applesauces, yogurt, and your protein shakes. Like, it's not a lot of solid food, but yeah, it gave me life as far as losing, because I lost like another 13 pounds. I did subsequently gain a couple of those back because I went on a cruise, and we're going to talk about vacationing, eating out, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so the reset definitely is a good thing. When I finished with the reset and kind of started to gradually incorporate, more of the salads and more regular foods back into my diet, I noticed that I got full quicker. Of course I've had gastric sleeve, so I get full pretty quickly anyway, but I got full quicker like I did closer to the, right after surgery. And I'm still not at 2 years. It's January, so May 13th of this year will be 2 years for my surgery since I had it. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I wasn't mad at it. It's hard to get into, but once you do it, the results are worth it, and it does kind of give you a jump start. So the softer foods that you like I really, really, really like yogurt. I can deal with eggs and stuff like that. It wasn't bad. Once I got through like the first 2 days, were hard, and I swear everything smelled like sausage. I don't know why. Everything smelled like sausage. I just wanted some sausage. I don't know, but whatever it was, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. So, okay, how often, Jay, are you gonna do the pouch reset? Right now, I feel like every 6 to 8 weeks, I'm gonna do a reset, because I have become slick paranoid about stretching my pouch out. And, you know, I constantly tell you guys the struggle is real. Yes, there's this diet, or not even a diet, but I should say a way of life. There are things that you can and cannot have when you are a bariatric patient. It just is what it is. And so, but there are times that I don't, unless, okay, let me rewind. If you could stick to a diet, and just completely cut out certain things, and you had the discipline to do that, you wouldn't have been fat, so you wouldn't have needed bariatric surgery. All right. So even though you've had this surgery, like I've said to you guys plenty of times before, your taste buds didn't have surgery. Your brain didn't have surgery. You had surgery on your stomach. But it doesn't make, y'all know my favorite cookies, Oreos. They still taste good. Pasta still tastes good. Rice still tastes good. Fried chicken, oh my damn, I'm from Georgia. Fried chicken is still giving me life. Hot wings are still the end all to be all. So those things don't stop tasting good, and you don't stop wanting them. You don't stop craving them just because you've had this surgery. So instead of being able to eat 20 wings in a sitting, you can eat 2. Now, you're not supposed to have wings at all, but guess what? Anybody who tells you, I've had gastric sleeve or gastric bypass, and let me not say anybody, because maybe there's somebody out there where that worked for them. The average person who's had some type of bariatric surgery is not going to be able to say with a straight face and not be lying and not be risking getting struck down by lightning that they have never deviated, that they have never cheated, that you, after you had the surgery, you never again in life had an ice cream cone. You never had anything with refined sugar. You never had another potato, grain of rice, string of pasta. You never had any of that ever again. You followed the diet to a T. Lies. Because if you had that kind of discipline, like I said, you wouldn't have been in the predicament you were in to need the surgery. And anybody who says, now don't get me wrong, bariatric surgery is life-changing. But the bigger part of the problem with food is here. It's really not here. It's here. Which leads me to my next bit of news. So yes, before I get to that, resetting your pouch, good thing. I'll let you guys know when I do it again. Real quick, I'm working, guys. I just got a new camera, so this is hopefully gonna be like my next couple of videos will still be on my laptop, because I use my laptop webcam to do these. I got like a good, like, professional type camera, so I'm supposed to be getting like the tripod and everything, and I want to get the light, you know, that the YouTube gurus have, and the mic, so that I can actually do some videos standing up, because many of you have reached out to me via Instagram and YouTube or whatever. Thank you so much for your comments and your support, and are like, you never stand up. We don't see you, you know, except for when I post the still pictures. And I've said to you guys before, that's not really the purpose of my channel. There's plenty of people out there who have channels or who are doing whatever, and they've had some type of bariatric surgery, and you know, okay, you've seen before and after, you know what it looks like. But because I'm doing ongoing, I will show up, and I'm just trying to show you where I am. Let me see if this will work. Got on shorts today. So here's where my tummy is today. And so these are the kind of things that you start to pick on. Like, I still have this little fat and whatever. But this is me kind of at an 8-10. And I think I showed you guys, well, actually more like a 10-12. I think I showed you guys, or I talked to you guys about the skin. I don't have a lot of skin. I do have like this flabbiness, but I am really working out, and my trainer is working me out a lot as far as toning to the best of my ability, or best of his ability. What I do realize is that, like, this isn't going away, because like if I'm laying in bed and my legs are propped up, this kind of shifts down. So I don't like that. But hey, I can see my kneecap. Didn't have that before. Hey, okay. So enough of that. Um, and did y'all hear that? I wonder if you heard that. So sometimes when I sit, my thighs like clap. I hate that. It makes me feel like I'm still the fat chick. That's my own thing. But as I'm talking about the mental part of having not having bariatric surgery, but just food and whatever, and why you even got to this place in the beginning. So everybody should know, if you ever watched my videos before, but I am a counselor. And by trade, I'm a school counselor, but I also do outside counseling. And one of the things that I've decided I want to do, because I have a story and because it is my own personal testimony and my own personal ongoing struggle, is I want to understand addiction. And I want to understand why my brain operates the way that it does, why I have this unhealthy relationship with food. So I'm going back to school. Excuse me, I'm not getting another graduate degree because I have enough as it is, but I am taking some courses more geared towards the mental health side in addiction. And I always, for the majority of my career, have like run from addiction like the plague. Didn't want any parts of it, because in my mind, addiction had everything to do with drugs and alcohol. And I was like, I don't want to deal with that. But you can be addicted to other things. You can be addicted to gambling. You can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to whatever. And I want to know what goes on in the brain, what that's from. What is the source of that? So actually, this coming Monday, it's my first day of class, and I'm starting back because to school, because I want to gain more knowledge and insight as to how to possibly work with and counsel people, particularly people with food and eating disorders and food addictions. I want to be able to provide support and counseling for especially bariatric patients. Why? Because I am one. And so I can speak to a lot of the different phases. I'm not an emotional eater. Never have been. I ate because it was there. And I remember like being like 5, 6, 7 years old, waking up in the middle of the night, and the first thing that came to my mind was food. And going to the refrigerator and sneaking and eating like, I remember I used to eat hot dogs that weren't like heated up, just like pull them out the pack, or grab a piece of bologna, or grab a pickle, or a cookie, whatever. And I was doing that as a little girl. I don't know why. I remember in my adult life, I remember like right before I met my husband, being in my little apartment or whatever, when I was finishing my bachelor's, and not in a relationship at the time, kind of just not really feeling sorry for myself, but okay, Friday, Saturday night, I'm not doing anything, I'm not with anybody or whatever, so I'm watching TV. And it's not enough for me to just sit and watch TV by myself. No, we gotta snack, we gotta eat. So I remember my thing was to like, I love Chinese food. Chinese food has always been like my favorite. So I might go to my favorite at the time Chinese restaurant and get a meal and eat that by myself. And then a couple hours later, have my favorite cereal, which is Lucky Charms. I have a bowl of that. And then 2 or 3 hours later, 1, 2 in the morning, have a bowl of ice cream. I'm not hungry. As a matter of fact, I was actually full. Sometimes I would eat to the point of discomfort. But it was there, and I couldn't leave it. I want to understand why I did those things. Like, what the hell? And I will be eating it, and I will be doing these things, knowing that I'm a chicken wing away from being the fat chick. See, at that time, I was safe, sort of, because I was curvy. I always had a small waist, I had hips, big boobs, whatever. So I could get away with that 16 because I was 16. Until one day I messed around and didn't just eat the chicken wing, I ate a couple of chickens. And then I wasn't the cute curvy girl anymore. But even beyond that, and I always was afraid of being that girl, and didn't like how I felt all the time in my skin, wanted to be smaller, knew what I should do to get smaller, but couldn't stop. Wouldn't stop. I remember even a few years before my surgery going on HCG, and I lost like 30, 40 pounds doing HCG, and I was on Adipex. And I remember, like, when I first started initially losing weight, I would feel so good, you know, and just getting on the scale, seeing the numbers go down, and then my head would start to play tricks on me and say, well, you're doing so good. You can afford to have that donut. You can afford, you know, somebody would bring Krispy Kreme to work. You can afford to stop this morning and get this biscuit. You can afford to have this treat or whatever. I would psych myself out. And I remember literally some days choosing not to take the Adipex. Choosing, because I wanted to eat something. The Adipex worked. It took my appetite. Like, the thought of eating while on Adipex was, ugh. It made your mouth just feel like, ugh. But I would choose not to take the pill so that I could eat what I wanted to eat. Is that not retarded? Like, you've paid money. You have something there that will stop you from doing this thing that you lack self-control with. And I wouldn't take the pill. I started just messing it up. Which is why, for me, I felt like the surgery was my only choice. But I want to understand why my mind operated that way. And don't get me wrong, guys. I think I am still susceptible to that. I fight it every day. So far, I'm okay. But I fight it every day. I don't want anybody to think that the struggle is over because you had surgery. No. It's just a different type of struggle. But the struggle is still very real. So, I'm also going to be adding some of that information as I start delving more into addiction and what I learn and what I start to see. And as I go into, I'm also starting, I got a lot going on. I'm also starting my supervision for me to become an LPC. And so, which is a licensed professional counselor, which is just the title. But anyway, in doing the supervision, I will be able to start working more in the community health and mental health realm officially, and just getting access to different types of patients and different types of clients and their situations. So as I gain information, I'm definitely going to share my experiences and what's going on with you guys, because I really, 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 really think it's important. In order to fix a problem, you have to first understand the source of the problem. Why does that problem exist in the first place? Which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, quick recap, because this has gotten long. Yes, pouch reset. It works. That's just going back to stage 1. Doing that for however many days you feel like you can do it. I think next time I'm going to try to go for like 15 days. I did 10 days, so I think it'll be cool if I go for 15, just to see what I can do. Because my goal for 2017, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I do have a goal that by my birthday, 2017, I will be down my last 30 pounds. I want to lose 30 more, and then I'm good. So, maybe 35. So, other than that, I'm going to try to do better about getting these up and out on a more regular, consistent basis. Because I've got a list of things I want to talk to you guys about, but time, life, kids, husband, work, dog, everything get in the way. Until next time, peace and blessings. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Happy New Year once again. We made it to 2017, and oh God, here comes Trump. All right. Till next time, guys. Deuces.